IVM.
Hey everybody, quick request once again, if you could help us out by filling out our survey. It's at ivmpodcast.com/survey. This really helps us talk to advertisers about the kinds of people listening to these shows. Really do appreciate your help, and we're going to be doing a random drawing, and we'll be sending out some IVM swag. Hope you enjoy that.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of IVM Likes. Yes, thank you all for joining us. Thank you also, not you, no, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you. Joining me today, my name is Antariksh, I'm the host for this episode. Joining me on this episode are fellow producers, Surohini. Hey Surohini, say hi.
Hey everybody, Happy New Year again.
Yep. Thank you. And also joining Surohini and me is Vinay Joshi. Vinay is a new producer at IVM. How are you doing, Vinay?
Hey, I'm doing fine, everyone. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? It's Happy New Year to everyone.
That's great. Even the car behind you said hi to us by honking. That was perfect timing.
That was Surohini, I think.
That's
that was Surohini's end?
Okay, yeah, not mine.
Okay.
My end will be the crow.
My bad.
Both my fellow producers have terrible background noise. It's just what it is. All right. For those of you joining us for the first time, how an episode of IVM Likes works is in the first half, we give you guys some cool recommendations of things we have checked out and we have loved, and we think that you guys would like as well. So that's in the first half. And coming up in the second half on this episode today, we're going to be talking about movies about making movies, or movies in which movies are being made in those movies. We'll get to that. There are a lot of movies like that, and we'll get to that in the second half. Let's start off with the first half, the recommendations. I'll go first. I don't usually go first. I usually put someone else on the spot, but since both my other fellow producers are kind of new at this, I thought, why not cut them some slack? Just this one week. So Vinay, next week onwards, I'm going to put you on the spot, buddy. No, it's cool. It's fine.
I'm okay
all right. Okay, chalo done. Oh wait, before we get to the recommendations, let's talk a little bit about Vinay. Vinay, you have worked in radio before this, right?
Yeah, I was in radio. I was working with 94.3 Radio 1. So I was the co-producer, you can call it as a co-producer for the morning show, and the producer for the afternoon show. The afternoon show was basically Mumbai, Delhi and Bangalore. And the morning show was only in Mumbai. So it was Mumbai specific, but the afternoon show was a hell lot of things to do.
So you had like a different host you had to work with, or only Rishike?
So the morning host was Rishike, and the afternoon show host was Annie.
Oh, Annie. Yeah. Oh, cool, man. Nice.
Annie.
Wow. How long did you work at Rani?
So 1 year of internship and then 3 years of getting a job.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
It's a long time, correct.
Nice. So you must have some great relationships still there, right?
Yeah, too many. Like they are messaging me saying that I'm missing you. So even I was like, yeah, even I'm missing you.
Okay, bolna padta hai. But in reality, you're not missing them. He doesn't miss you guys at 94.3 if you're listening to this. Oh wow, he got disconnected. He just went off. Chalo yaar, I miss them so much. I'm going. Bye. I am gone. All right. Till the time Vinay comes back, we'll go on with the recommendation round. I'll start off with the recommendation. As I said, I would like to recommend on this episode a YouTube channel by the name of Comics Explained. Yeah, Comics Explained. Like I have talked about a similar channel before this. I think it was a few months back. I talked about a channel called Comics Torian. This one is called Comics Explained. It's hosted by a guy named Rob, who has this very deep and nice, soothing, husky voice, and who is a huge comic book nut. Like he's a mega comic book fanatic. He knows so much about comic books, and he's like my kind of guy. And so he basically runs down comics, basically it can be ongoing issues, ongoing series. It can be series which have been completed entirely. It can be sometimes old crossovers between DC and Marvel that have happened in the past, like in the 90s. So he'll talk about all of them, break them down, talk about the history of each. For instance, say that he's talking about a story where there's an event going on called DC. An event just ended called DC Rebirth, and so he talked about all the ongoing issues that were a part of DC Rebirth. So the DC Rebirth was happening in Batman issues, it was happening in Superman issues. It was like a huge crossover event which is going on. So he would talk about all these and then finally, once the event is over, he'll have this massive compilation video of like maybe like 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours each, where the entire series you can just sit and like eat your popcorn and just watch an awesome comic book movie essentially, because it's like comic book panels just on the screen, and it's a lot of fun.
The entire movie is on YouTube.
It's not a movie. It's not a movie. It's basically comic book panels, panels of comic books on the screen, and he basically reads them out or explains them what is happening in like a very cool, nice, interesting way. And he also like, because he has so much knowledge, he also is able to give you a lot more background about like sometimes the characters show up who you haven't seen in years. So you're like, hey, what?
Right.
Yeah, I wonder what that character has been up to, man. What is Junior Flash been up to all these years? And so then he'll tell you, okay, yeah, Junior Flash is just born like a year back, so he hasn't been around for that long. I'm just making that up. That Junior Flash doesn't exist. It's Kid Flash.
That's what I was thinking. When did Junior Flash arrive?
Yeah, I just made up a comic book character. Stanley,
Yeah,
if you were still alive.
Stanley is hearing you, man.
Yeah.
Come up.
Yeah, correct. Also, Stanley is DC. Sorry, Stanley is Marvel. I just gave him Junior
DC,
Flash. I gave him.
You're mixing everything together.
Nice.
Yeah. See, that's why I need comics explained. Is my perfect plug for Rob. So yeah, please check it out. It's Comics Explained. He has like some 1.8 mil followers, doing really well and really entertaining. You will not be bored at all. That's my recommendation for this episode. What about Vinay? Let's get to yours, man.
My recommendation is a web series on Amazon Prime. So I came across this like looking for some adventurous movies. I wanted to see something on a military or a navy based movie, something which excites me, guns and all. So I came across this series, and till the first episode, I didn't know that it was a series. I thought it's a movie.
Okay.
Then
What's it called?
so as soon as I started watching it, I moved into it because the story is so catchy. So it's about this ship.
What's it called?
It's a naval. It's called The Last Ship.
The Last Ship. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a naval ship in the US, which is assigned a job to take one doctor and his assistant to one of the polarized regions in like Antarctica or somewhere to do some research on a medicine. And basically there is a pandemic in the world which is like making people zombie. So
wait, is this like post-apocalypse?
Yeah, no, it's not like post-apocalypse. It's like
apocalypse ongoing. It's during apocalypse.
Yeah, it will bleed your eyes, ears, nose, everything. You'll go zombish and you will die. So
but
that's the basic,
do you end up eating other people or you just die?
No. You just die. You don't end up eating people.
It's a pandemic.
Yeah. So it's like even if it touches you, it's going to like you got the disease.
Oh, so is it airborne or is it borne by like touch?
So I'm coming to that. So basically, since the research has been done in the Antarctica, so she finds some pigeon like who is buried under the snow, which carried that virus from one city to the other. That's how it traveled across.
Wow.
So then there was no medicines, nothing at all on that virus, and people were started dying. Even the Capitol collapsed. Like the main US assembly, even that collapsed. The president died of that.
Are you talking about current events?
Because
there's an attack on Capitol by Trump supporters today.
Even there, then the vice president of United States take over, and then they have a convention. But the ship,
that's like Biden taking over as president now. He was ex-vice president, and now he's president.
So the ship, and the ship captain has no idea what is going on in the world because they have been isolated for like 6 months, and they have to cut off their radio signals and everything. No connection to the world. Nothing at all.
Wait. How new is the show, or how old is the show?
This is not new. This is old. This is 2014 or 2013 something.
Wow, dude.
So I came across that in this year.
So they've been quarantined for 6 months. Even on that show, people have been quarantined in their houses for 6 months.
They are not quarantined. So the research is going on in the Antarctic.
Okay.
But they are radio silence because the other countries may attack them. Seeing a US naval ship, other countries can attack, but they had no idea what's going on in the world. So so what happens is they break the radio signal. Like they go like all commute, like we are live here, we are standing here and all those. Then they come to know that there is a pandemic which is going on in the world and people are dying of that. So what happens is when they try to come back to the US again, and as soon as the ship reaches the port, the captain says, "We are not going into the city. We are going back into the sea because we don't know how many people are out there, and if we step foot on that land or something, we
We'll
are
get
going to."
infected.
Yeah, we'll either get infected or someone will kill us or something because in searching of food and all. So that is how they roam all over the world searching for food, oil and all. They go all to all their ports where their ship can go. Like the US Navy can like make their ship stand.
Okay.
So they go there for oil, food and all. And there is a lot of like gun firing, and you will see a Russian naval ship because Russia has no power, no leader. So the naval ship captain takes over that ship. And he's like, "I'm the king now. I want to rule." And what he does is he
that's from Captain Phillips.
Yeah,
I am the king now. I am the captain.
Yeah, so he throws a bomb, a nuclear bomb, literally on France.
Wait, did you just explain the entire series?
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
this is
let's go into watch it now. Vinay has told us everything.
This is the first episode.
This first episode. Oh, okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. It's like first 3 episodes, not the first episode. The first episode is about the doctor going into the Antarctic and collecting the samples, blood samples, and all those stuff.
Okay.
But do you want me to explain more, or I can?
No, that's explained quite a lot. I have one question though. This is not like you started saying zombies, but it's not really zombies. They're not really zombies.
No. They are not really zombies. They have been infected by this virus, which is making them look like zombies. But that virus is bleeding.
But do they like attack people? They just die. They don't attack people.
No, they just die. Yeah. It's spreading.
So it's not zombies.
It wouldn't have spread. But sorry for breaking this, but one scientist intervenes with that virus.
Yeah. Okay.
So he manipulates that virus. That's how
he also had sex with a bat, or what?
No, it's not a bat. So the main thing of that is from where the virus came.
I got no response for that, man. Wow. No, everyone like, okay, let's just avoid what he said.
Just avoid, yeah.
Just
avoid the bad thing. Because they are not Chinese, so I don't think he must have.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
So I think I should keep quiet here now.
Okay, that's great. It's a great recommendation. The Last Ship on Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah, it has 5 series. So
5 seasons, okay. And it's an American show or it's a British show?
It's an American show.
American show, okay,
American
cool. Nice.
The
Thanks,
US Navy and all those stuff.
Okay,
it's crazy. You should watch it.
We'll definitely check it out. Thank you so much. Surohini, let's get to you. What's your recommendation?
Yep. So my recommendation is a movie called The Midnight Sky. It was, I think, released a month back. And it's on Netflix. Directed and starring George Clooney.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so basically it's about a scientist who actually researches for habitation lands, where we can expand and live, and he does that, and the catastrophe hits Earth, and after that, the movie shifts from current time period to 2049. And after a catastrophe hits Earth, there is just like half of the population alive, and half are not anymore. And in that particular, after that, he's living in Arctic. And
what? This is so similar to Vinay's show, man. To Vinay's movie.
Yeah, it's like everyone is going to the Arctic now.
Exactly.
Even the scientist show.
While he was telling the plot of that show, I was like, okay,
that
also happened to that show.
Someone is copying my script.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and he he has to rescue a crew of astronauts who are coming down from, of course, space, and they don't know that a catastrophe has been hit. So the plot is like that.
This is not based in current day. This is some point in the future.
No, it's 25. Sometime in the future, 2049. It's
2049. Okay, so we know that. Okay, we know that. Yeah. So it's like, has humanity started colonizing other planets, or are they trying to colonize other planets?
Yes, they're trying to colonize
Mars. Was Mars on the cards?
Not really Mars. We don't know about that. Aliens ka to.
Aliens. Oh, okay.
Area 51.
Area 51. Yes.
Yeah.
Man, a random fact, I don't know if I mentioned this in a recent episode or not, but a random fact, I recently found out about Area 51. So Area 51, we have been hearing about Area 51 for years, right?
Yeah.
For years and years, for like since the 50s. Since the Roswell incident, we have known about Area 51. The Pentagon only admitted of the existence of Area 51 in 2013. Isn't that crazy? After so many years, in 2013, they admitted that, yeah, okay, guys, there is an Area 51, okay.
But then after that, there are some.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not get into that. I think we've talked a lot about aliens.
There are some aliens which are kept. They are saying it's on YouTube also. You can see if you find man or woman on moon. So people are saying that their bodies have been preserved in Area 51. Sorry.
Oh, they're saying that they found a man and a woman.
Alien. A man and a woman, alien.
Yeah, alien man and woman on the moon, and they brought them back, and now they're being kept at Area 51.
Yeah.
Okay. Correct. What I've heard about Area 51 is that there are alien bodies. The famous Roswell crash in New Mexico that happened.
Yeah.
I forget the date, man. I think it's 60s or 70s or something, wherever it happened. And so that, yeah, I think probably right, 70s. So that when the crash happened, the spacecraft and the aliens that were found on the spacecraft were taken to Area 51.
So that's my recommendation. It's called The Midnight Sky. It's on Netflix.
Sky? Okay, yes. And it's a movie, right?
It's a movie. Okay,
cool, nice. And a 2020 movie. It just released last month or something.
Yeah. I don't know, last month.
Okay, cool, nice. That's The Midnight Sky on Netflix. Please check that out. Okay, I'll just repeat my recommendation and we can call it quits for this half of the episode. I recommended Comics Explained. It's a YouTube channel. Please go check it out. Vinay, what about you? What was your recommendation?
I recommended The Last Ship on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
And it's a 2014 or 2013 series, but it has five whole chunk of EP to go through.
Okay, cool. Surohini, what about you?
My recommendation was The Midnight Sky 2020 on Netflix.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. See you guys in the second half.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you aren't following us on social media, it's 2021 now. It's time you did. You didn't in 2020. That was bad enough. But now in 2021, you really, really should. It's IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And a quick reminder to everybody, just please help us out with our survey, ivmpodcast.com/survey. We've had a number of you fill it out so far, but we want to shatter last year's number, right? Really, really blow that up. Go fill out the survey over there. If you do, we'll select from the emails that we have got submitted, and we'll be sending out some interesting swag to people. So, what should you be listening to this week? First thing I want to talk about is the unprecedented episode. We did a triple crossover. Vineet Kanabar from Storytellers and Storysellers, Varun Dugirala from Advertising is Dead, and Karthik Nagarajan from the Filter Coffee Podcast all got together and put together a mega episode. Do check it out on whichever of their feeds you want. It's available on all three. On Naan Curry, the guy spoke about the history of alcohol in India. It's got a longer history than people would think. Definitely do check it out. Another show I want to call out this week a little bit is The Note by Maruk Inayat. Maruk had 2 fantastic episodes this week. She did her first episode with Amitabh Mattu about the elections in Kashmir, and then she did another one where she told the story of how she faked her identity to interview Benazir Bhutto. Definitely do check it out. And with that, let me get you back to your show.
All right, welcome back to the second half, guys. Joining me again, my name is Antariksh. Joining me again are Vinay and Surohini. Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Let's get to the main chunk, the main meat of this episode, as they say. We're going to talk about movies, or movies that have movies being shot in them, or the making of a movie, or how else should I put this, man? There is a movie being made inside the movie, and that's what the movie is about. And that's the movie we're talking about. Or those are the movies we're talking about.
It's a tongue twister.
Yes, that's a lot of movies. I think we can't say the word movies for the rest of this half now. We have used our movie quota for this half. This is done. All right, I have a few movies, but I would like to hear what you guys want to start with. Surohini. Yeah, let's go. So of course, there are a lot of these movies out there, right? There's no way in hell that the three of us are going to be talking about all of them. We're going to be talking about the ones we've seen or the ones we like, obviously. And sure, let's just begin. Surohini, go ahead.
Okay, so my first recommendation or my first movie would be Hitchcock, 2012, released in 2012.
It's about Alfred Hitchcock.
Yep, it's about Alfred Hitchcock and the making of Psycho. That was released in 1960s. And this movie was released in 2012, directed by Sasha Gervasi, if I'm pronouncing her correct. Okay. So basically it's about Alfred Hitchcock and Alma, his wife, and it's the plot is in the making of the 1960s and how Alfred Hitchcock and Alma was making that film, and then Alma moved on, and we've got the remake of Psycho in that particular film, where Scarlett Johansson, Jessica Biel, and everybody is actually playing cast members of the Psycho film.
Oh wow! So they are in this Hitchcock movie.
Film. Yes, they are in this Alfred Hitchcock movie playing Psycho characters.
Oh, that's interesting, dude. Because there is, I don't know if you're aware of this. Psycho was in what 70s,
60s, wow. 1960s.
60s?
It was
yeah, okay.
1960s.
I want to check which year this was.
But in Hitchcock?
No. In like the early 2000s.
Yes.
No, actually, I want to say the late 2000s, before 2010. Vince Vaughn was in a movie called Psycho Remake. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, no, this is 1998. I'm so sorry. This is 1998. So to the end of the 90s. In 1998, Vince Vaughn, the actor Vince Vaughn, was starred in a movie called, again, Psycho, which is a scene-by-scene remake of the original Alfred Hitchcock movie. So already it doesn't make sense. Why would you have that? If it's a scene-by-scene, plot point by plot point remake, why would you remake such a classic movie? There is no way you can be better at it. You're obviously not going to do it justice.
There's one more film by Stephen. I don't know. There's one more film that says Alfred Hitchcock and making of the film Psycho. ऐसे करके एक और film है, I think. And I think that's a documentary or something. I think it's not a film, but yeah. So this movie is based on that particular documentary.
Oh, we should have an episode about documentaries about documentaries. That'll be interesting.
So that's my first
documentary now comes to mind. But yeah. Cool. Nice. Very cool. What about you, Vinay? Anything you would like to talk about? Yeah.
Everyone must have seen this movie. Like in 2007, it was that Diwali festival feeling, and Shah Rukh Khan coming to the stage with Om Shanti On.
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah, correct.
Like half of the industry was in that movie.
Yep, correct.
But in one song actually.
But only if they were cool boys only if they were cool boys and hot girls.
Like Govinda, hot girls. Correct.
Cool boys nahi suna, hot girls.
Hot girls.
Yeah, man. Okay.
But that's the song, no? All cool boys and all hot girls. All hot girls.
No, it starts with hot girls, then it goes into cool boys and
That's a weird sentence, buddy. All right. So yeah, Om Shanti Om.
Om Shanti Om. So it's a movie into movie only because it's shown reincarnation, correct? So he sees everything from burning of Shanti Priya, the whole set goes into ashes.
Yeah, and then
and then figuring out that my future, like when I will be born with a star name, my future will be this, that I will get down from a bed wearing this sandals. I'll get juice in my hand and all those stuff. That literally happens after he dies. It's like reincarnation, killing the person who killed your first love.
Dude, great! I just remember great dialogues in that movie.
Great dialogues.
The Ek Chitki Sindoor comes from there. That became popular from there. I don't know if it was an existing dialogue. Popular there. Then that किसी चीज को अपने पूरे what is that? शिद्दत से मांगो तो पूरी कायनात. That dialogue
is something like that.
But that the whole monologue where Shah Rukh is in front of the gate and holding that beer bottle and giving that. That whole monologue is like you get caught in that,
very true.
Is doing something.
Shreyas Talpade, and probably the last thing I ever saw him. I don't even remember seeing him.
That I think he came into other movies.
Golmaal.
Oh yeah, he came in Golmaal. Dude, I lost interest in the Golmaal series after the Golmaal 3 or something.
I lost two.
Golmaal, actually, in all honesty, only one was good. The rest were like all just like okay, chalo ek aur aa rahi hai, chalo dekhte hain, try karte hain ye wali.
Third or fourth में तो फिर it gone.
Oh,
it
dude.
went down.
Yeah.
Like,
totally berserk.
the cars are going up and all. क्या मतलब इतना physics को भी fail कर सबने. Even Avengers: The Endgame has movies in movies. When they go into their past life.
That's not a movie. That's
it's
like
time
a
travel,
timeline.
It's time travel.
Yeah, it's time travel. But somewhere like the fight.
But if you think about it, Inception could kind of count because you're watching a movie in your head. So it's movie within your head, in a movie within your head, in a movie within your head. It just goes on forever.
It goes on, correct.
So the movie I want to talk about, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 excellent movies that I want to talk about. Okay, but I'll start with the best one, and this is one of my most favorite movies. It's hilarious. From the year 2008. The movie is called Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
Do you guys know this movie?
No.
Okay, Tropic Thunder is a movie starring Ben Stiller, Robert Downey Jr., Jay Baruchel, Jack Black, Matthew McConaughey, Tom Cruise in a fat suit, which you don't see often. Tom Cruise in a fat suit. And the movie is about the making of a war movie, like a huge budget war film. But the actors are so incompetent and so self-involved that the director's having a very troubling time to get them to work together and to get them to do scenes properly. So, super frustrated, the director decides that it, we are not going to do this regular style. We're going to shoot this movie guerrilla style in an actual forest where you guys won't have any support. It'll just be you guys. I've set up cameras through this entire forest. So you guys have to just do the plot. Okay. But you are actually in the forest because he's frustrated with them. He wants them to actually get into the characters. So he's having a very time doing this. A very difficult time getting them to be those characters. So they reach the forest, and the very first second, the director actually dies. Okay. The director of the movie actually dies.
The first second?
The second they reach the forest, the director's like, all right, let's start. He turns around and he puts his foot on a mine and he explodes. Okay? But the rest of the actors think, oh, good one. Oh, nice. Good joke. Nicely done. This part of the movie, we get it. Yeah, okay, fine. So now all of them, so it's like, it's just so many things going on in this movie, dude. There's like a case of mistaken identity. Because then there are there's like in that forest happens to be an actual drug cartel. So they are involved. They think that these guys are actual military people because they're dressed in military, but they're actually just actors. So there's so much going on in this movie. But the funniest, craziest thing about this movie is Robert Downey Jr. Okay, Iron Man is in this movie. Robert Downey Jr. is in this movie. In blackface. The entire movie, Robert Downey Jr. is in blackface. Okay, he's acting like a black man, and it is hilarious, dude. He didn't catch any heat for this. He didn't get any ridiculousness because his character is that he plays an Australian by the name of Kirk Lazarus. Okay, who is this super method actor who takes on the role of playing this African American soldier in this movie. Okay, so that's why he puts black whatever. I don't know how he did it, maybe for black nail shoe polish or something, but he basically is blackface the entire movie, and he has like a weird African American accent. I remember one very famous dialogue from the movie is Robert Downey Jr. talking to Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller also is the actual director of the movie. Like he directed the movie as well.
Oh, nice.
You guys both know Ben Stiller, I hope.
Yeah,
so Ben Stiller is also the director of the movie and also stars in the movie. So there's a very famous exchange from the movie where Robert Downey Jr. is giving acting tips to Ben Stiller's character. And Ben Stiller's character previously has done a movie where he played a mentally challenged person. Okay? But he went like, it's a little too exaggerated because it's a movie, they have to show it as a comedy movie, so it's a little too exaggerated. So the famous dialogue that Robert Downey Jr. tells Ben Stiller is, man, you never go full retard. you gotta keep them wanting. So basically the premise is that, dude, like even if you're playing a movie, you don't go like fully crazy. You go a little crazy, it's fine. We don't go full craze. But this movie is about celebrity, about how vain celebrity can make you, and how narcissistic and self-involved a celebrity can make you. Hilarious. It's a must-watch for anyone. Whether you like comedy or not, whether you like Robert Downey Jr. or Ben Stiller or Jack Black or not, just watch this movie. You'll have a baller time. It's a great, great, great film. Tropic Thunder. Please check it out. Anything else, Surohini, that you'd like to talk about?
Hollywood.
I think you already mentioned both.
Hollywood. So there was a movie called Hollywood or something, na?
Once Upon a
Time in Hollywood.
Yep. Tarantino. Yep. Great film.
Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, Sharon Tate.
Yes.
Oscar Tarantino is one of my favorite directors. My favorite movie of all time is Pulp Fiction. So I was already predisposed. I was already predisposed to love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I did. I really loved it. Yeah. I especially loved the parts that Vinay is talking about, like, because it's a movie within a movie. So there are all these sequences where Rick Dalton is either shooting like a TV show or shooting like a movie in this film, right? And I love the part with the actor Timothy Olyphant, where they are all sitting in like this Western saloon like being a bar. They're sitting in this Western saloon, and Leonardo DiCaprio it's just all one take in one camera, and Leonardo DiCaprio keeps forgetting his lines, right, while he's saying them. So he gets a little nervous, he's like, la, la, line, and then he gets back into character, and then he breaks character again, says, line, what's my line, and he gets back into character. And that whole seamlessness is so well done by Leo, dude. Oh, God. It gives me chills every time I watch it. I've seen it like 2-3 times. And
the climax scene is also so good.
The climax scene is hilarious, dude. This guy's tripping on acid, on an acid-laden joint, all right? Brad Pitt's character is Cliff Booth, and... so you guys know it's like kind of like revisionist history, right? He made like a different version of history, because what actually was the point of that was these murderers from what's the name of that killer, dude? That the guy who started that cult. Anyway, the guy from the cult of that, the murderer guy.
Who came to
their doorstep in the beginning of the movie, and. So he was supposed to go. His followers were not supposed to show up at Dalton's house, at Rick Dalton's house. They were supposed to show up at Sharon Tate's house, and actually, that's what actually happened. In real life, that's what actually happened. They showed up at Sharon Tate's house and killed her. But in this movie, they got the houses mixed up. They went to Rick Dalton's house, where Cliff Booth was there tripping, and he saw them, started laughing, kicked their asses, and the final one got their asses flamethrower. So yeah. It's bizarre but hilarious, man. Yeah. Only Tarantino. Tarantino's great at so many things. Yeah. Cool. I think Vinay, you had one more. Sorry, can I say?
No, I was saying you had one more recommendation there.
You had 4 recommendations.
No, I have more. Vinay, you want to talk about any of your recommendations if you have left?
No.
Okay, नहीं तो मैं तो बात करते रहूँगा यार. Okay, so I've talked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mean, we talked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We talked about Tropic Thunder. Another movie I want to talk about is The Disaster Artist. The Disaster Artist is based on the book The Disaster Artist. This movie stars James Franco, Seth Rogen, James Franco's brother Dave Franco, and various other like very funny people. And this movie is directed by and starring James Franco. Okay, The Disaster Artist, the book, and again the movie is based on the making of the worst, touted as the worst movie ever made, The Room. Okay. I have seen the original also, The Room. It's directed by and starring Tommy Wiseau, and James Franco plays in The Disaster Artist. James Franco plays the character of Tommy Wiseau, and he does it so well, because Tommy Wiseau, if you watch any interview or watch anything about him, he's like this weird, he's a weird European dude, and who says, no, I am American. He has an accent, and he's like, no, I am American, and he's fucking weirdo. And so the Disaster Artist follows this thing, right? He follows the worst movie ever made. So The Room, to give you guys a little bit of history, is literally one of the worst movies ever made. But it is so bloody bad that it is great. It is one of the best communal watches you would ever have. Like if you were sitting with a friend or a loved one per se, you watch this movie and I kid you not, you will be in splits every 2-3 minutes, dude. You'll be like, oh my god, what is happening in this movie? There are these elongated, like 5 minute long sex scenes, which are just like, what? Why is that happening now? That makes no sense. You see the guy's bare naked ass like for no reason at all, multiple times. It's crazy. There are like dialogues that make no sense. There's a basketball sequence where these guys are not even playing basketball. They're just passing the ball to each other in the middle of the road. And there's no context as to why this is happening, why they're doing this, why they're dressed up, nothing. No, there's like a random sequence where the daughter tells her, the mother tells her daughter, I just got myself tested, I might have cancer. And the daughter doesn't even address that. She just goes ahead, but anyway, I was saying that this other thing happened, And so like there's so many bizarre, amazing things that happen in the room, and so many of them are so well shown in The Disaster Artist, that at least so well shown in the sense that what was the thinking about putting these scenes in the movie. And so again, I highly recommend anyone to check out The Disaster Artist. It's great. James Franco was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor for this. He won a Golden Globe. He won a Critics' Choice Award for Best Actor. So a lot of cool things from this movie. Must watch. The book is written by Greg Sestero, who was the co-star of Tommy Wiseau in The Room. And the character of Greg Sestero is played by James Franco's character in the movie called Dave Franco. Yep, that's a Disaster Artist for me. And the last one I want to recommend. So Disaster Artist came out in, I want to say 2017. In 2019, last year, there was a movie starring Eddie Murphy, which came out on Netflix. Eddie Murphy, again, legendary actor, legendary comedian, one of the biggest comedians who's ever lived. Eddie Murphy was in a movie called Dolomite Is My Name. Okay, Dolomite Is My Name follows the life and work of this person called Rudy Ray Moore. Rudy Ray Moore was a struggling comedian who then developed a character called Dolomite. And the character was super offensive and used to talk about super taboo things and super irreverent, that it became like an underground cult hit, the character. Just the character of Dolomite. Okay. And it became so big that Rudy Ray Moore decided that, hey man, with this character, I can achieve super stardom if I make a movie. Okay, if I make a movie, which is like an African American cinema, like black cinema, kind of a movie where like there's kung fu involved, there's like it's anti-establishment, there's drugs involved and all. So he makes this movie, and nobody, most people behind the scenes of the movie had almost no faith in this movie. They were like, dude, what are you doing? This is crazy. It's not even good. Yeah. What are you doing? This is bullshit. But Rudy Ray Moore had a lot of faith in himself and in his dream, that he made the movie happen. And the movie follows the entire thing. How Rudy Ray Moore did all this, and Eddie Murphy is fantastic in this movie. So again, must watch is what I would say.
Sorry, what can you say the name again?
Dolomite Is My Name.
Dolomite.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So that's the ones I've talked about is Tropic Thunder, The Disaster Artist, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Dolomite Is My Name. And another movie that Vinay told me, but I think he's forgotten that he wants to talk about. But I've already talked about it last week is AK vs. AK. Just came out this year, so it's kind of a timely movie to talk about during this time. And it was a good film. I had a good time watching it. The end was a little weird. We've already talked about this, but fair enough.
I already got the spoilers. That's okay. We can talk about it again.
No. I just said the end is weird. Now I don't know what weird.
So last episode में spoilers मिल गए थे.
मिल गए थे? Okay, fine. चलो ठीक है. No problem. That's it from my end. Anything else that you guys would like to add?
No,
all right. Thank you so much. That's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for being on, Vinay. Thank you so much for being on Surohini.
Thank you.
Vinay, where can people follow you online?
Follow me on Instagram at I am Vinay. Okay. I'm active on Instagram right now. On Facebook, it's Vinay Joshi.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Follow him there, guys. Surohini, what about you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter at @Surohini Jain.
All right. And you guys can follow me on Instagram at Antariksh or on Twitter at Antariksh, but I use Instagram more, so follow me there. Thank you so much, guys. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Hi, I'm DJ, one of the presenters of the Edges and Sledges cricket podcast. I'm based in London and host the podcast along with my friend from school, Varun, who's based in Singapore, and his brother Ashwin, who's based in the US. We've all been massive fans of Indian cricket all our lives, and despite living in 3 different time zones and having pretty busy professional lives, we decided to start our own cricket podcast in March 2018. After putting out 59 episodes on our own, we were delighted to join IVM in May 2019, becoming the first pre-existing podcast to be picked up by India's largest podcast network. We've chatted with some awesome people, had some fantastic cricketing conversations along the way. But the main reason we do this every week is to have fun discussing the same cricket topics and issues that you guys are talking about every day in your living rooms. We're fans, not experts, so expect us to be honest. We really hope you decide to join us every week on the podcast.
Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, Don Bradman, and now Cyrus Brocha. Okay, probably not in the right company. I mean, Don Bradman is Australian. But it's called Cyrus Says, a wonderful show about everything. Find the show on the IVM Podcast app, ivmpodcast.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts.